Please welcome this very successful man who knew what was best for the colonists. He enforced many laws such as the Stamp Act of 1771. He believed that Great Britain should stay ruling over the 13 colonies. The one and only Thomas Hutchinson.
Hi, I am Thomas Hutchinson, and I am a true loyalist. I am the governor of Massachusetts. I believe that Great Britain should stay ruling over the 13 colonies because of these 3 reasons. 1. Great Britain has been keeping you safe. Why would you want freedom from being safe? 2. Great Britain has been shipping you goods, and you've been dumping 342 chests of fine tea into the harbor. Should we tax you more for wasted tea? 3. Great Britain soldiers... British soldiers have been walking around town, and you've been throwing ice and snow at them. Should we fight back? Answer those 3 questions and see whose side you really want to be on.
Introducing Benjamin Franklin, who was at first was neutral, but then when he realized that Great Britain wasn't treating the colonies fairly, he became a popular and respected patron. He is a successful writer, printer, and a scientist. He helped start a hospital and a college. People like and admire him very much. Please welcome Benjamin Franklin.
Good day. I am Benjamin Franklin, and I strongly believe that the colonies should have independence from Great Britain. At first I was okay with Great Britain ruling the colonies because I thought the king would make fair laws, but he didn't. He put taxes on so many items to pay off his debt. Do you think that's fair if somebody takes your money for their purposes? Also, we don't need a ruler. The colonists can govern themselves. King George III is putting taxes on so many items. He's also putting soldiers in our homes. He's also making us work for them, feed them, and pay for their expenses. The king doesn't let us have a say in anything. He doesn't let us help make laws, and he doesn't even make sure we are okay with them before making them official. Same with the taxes. That is called taxation without representation. I believe we should have a say in what the laws are and what the taxes should be. Patrick Henry said, "Give me liberty or give me death." That is how badly the king is treating the colonies. Some people would rather die than have the king rule us. These are some of the many reasons why I, Benjamin Franklin, believe that the colonies should have independence from Great Britain. Introducing Lord Dunmore. He is the great governor of Virginia. We believe that we do not need to have independence from Great Britain. Dunmore gathers warships and frees slaves so they can help them fight. Good day. I am Lord Dunmore. I am a loyalist. I believe that we do not need independence. Great Britain started the colonies and continue to protect them. Therefore, we have the right to rule the colonies and make them pay taxes. Also, if we argued for independence, we could harm the economy. I strongly believe that colonists have the duty to obey British laws. Colonists have no right to hurt our people. We are trying to protect them. Thank you.
Mercy Otis Warren is a patriot. She is a writer and poet. She is the person who started the committees of Congress. She believes that the raising taxes is unfair and that everyone should have an opinion in Parliament. She is also a very religious woman. In her writing, she explains her feelings about independence. Here is Mercy Otis Warren.
I believe that we should seek independence from Great Britain. Why should we listen to Great Britain when we have been just right without them? Colonists already have a hard time paying for goods, but with the Townshend Act in 1767, we cannot afford the raise of taxes. We also need to speak our thoughts and believe in what is right, which is why we came up with the Parliament. But why is King George not letting us speak up for what is right? This is taxation without representation. We deserve representation in Parliament, lowering in taxes. We are the people, and we deserve our rights.
Jonathan Boucher. He's confident. He's full of energy and ambition. He's very intelligent and full of charm. He lives in Maryland. He's a priest of a church of England.
Greetings. My name is Jonathan Boucher. I am a British religious leader. I firmly side with the Loyalists. I came to the colonies in 1759 and became a priest of the Church of England. I strongly believe that if you are disobeying the king, you are disobeying God. I believe that people are not fit to rule and that they should obey British laws for their own good and safety. I believe that these laws come from God and make life safer and better for everyone.
My name is Mary, and I'm a lawyer. Today I'll be introducing you to Samuel Adams, a patriot that went to Harvard University. He wrote a paper on people's rights to fight against unfair laws. Adams was born in a wealthy Boston family, so meet our favorite patriot.
Hi, I'm Samuel Adams, and I want independence from Great Britain. Why do we have to pay England and house their soldiers? I led the Sons of Liberty to the Boston Tea Party because I wanted to show King George what we thought about how he forced us to drink only one kind of tea. How can we forget the 5 innocent patriots that were killed on that dreadful night of the Boston Massacre? I was born in a wealthy family and went to the famous Harvard College. I have wrote a paper against unfair government. So give me liberty or give me death.
Do we have questions for Thomas Hutchinson?
Why did you firmly believe that enforcing British laws such as the Stamp Act of 1775? Well, we started your 13 colonies, and we are giving you goods and keeping you safe. So I believe that we should be able to tax you for what we think is right.
Why do you support taxation, the Quartering Act, the Tea Act, and many more unfair laws when it proves unfair to you as well?
Well, I support it because that we are shipping the goods to you, and that costs us money. And so I think it's only fair that we get some money for what we are paying to get you the stuff.
If you think that we will be nothing without Great Britain, how come for more than 50 years we were free to govern ourselves and thrive?
Well, when you were free, there was no wars going on, and now that there are French and Indians that are trying to attack, that we are trying to keep you safe, so I think it's only fair that we go back to ruling you.
Do you think it's fair to that you are using our money for your proposals?
Yes, because we started your country and we are still keeping you safe and we are still shipping goods to you, so I think it is still fair.
Do we have questions for Ben Franklin?
Britain has protected you for many years, so what are you going to do without them?
Well, before you started ruling us, we were on our own and we succeeded. So that proves we can succeed again.
Why do you think Britain cannot be trusted now? How do you know they won't repeal all the acts and unfair laws?
Well, they've been putting laws and taking out laws, and they just keep putting in more unfair laws. So it seems to us that it's not going to stop until we fight for independence.
government might stop being harsh.
Excuse the interruption. Just wanted to let everyone know that the internet is back up and running. Thank you.
In 1770.
What made you think that the British government might stop being harsh? What made you think that the British government might stop being harsh?
Well, we're fighting for independence, and I think if we fight for it enough, that we might just get independence. So then we would be on our own, and the British won't be there to rule us.
Benjamin Franklin, what makes you think that the colonists can govern themselves? And how will they decide on who will be their ruler?
Well, as I said before you came in, we were on our own and we succeeded. And we don't need a ruler. The colonists can govern themselves.
Do we have questions for Lord Dunmore?
In June 1775, why did you send battleships to attack the homes of patriots and plantations near the Elizabeth River?
I sent them because people who do not agree with us should get punishment, and we do not want those people not agreeing with us.
Why do you strongly believe that the colonists have a duty to obey British laws?
Because we protect them and help them keep safe, and they have the duty to obey us because we keep them safe and we give them their food.
Why do you think Britain started the colonies? Why will independence hurt the economy?
It could hurt the economy because we could battle and we could hurt our economy.
If we keep on saying that we don't need your protection, how come you keep on protecting us? We think that it's because you just want to moosh off our money.
It is not because we want to moosh your money. It's because we want to keep you safe and you are a part of our economy.
Questions for Mercy Otis Warren?
Miss Otis Warren, you said earlier that the Patriots cannot afford the taxes. Why do you, did you just call the fellow Patriots not having enough money to run? We're selling them goods.
With your taxes, we don't have enough money to afford them. You are raising our money and you are taking away our money and using it for your purposes. I feel that is very unfair.
You thought a lot of things were unfair about the British ruling over us. What made you think all of that?
They put taxes on us. They killed 5 innocent Patriot lives. And they've not listened to what we've wanted all this time. Why should we listen to Great Britain after all this laws that they've put on us?
Mercy Otis Warren, what makes you think that the British laws are unfair?
Taxes are something that we don't really want, because why are you charging us money for things that we don't even, that are for your purposes? They're not for our purposes, they're for your purposes. Are you trying to use our money for your purposes only?
Firstly, Otis, why do you express your ideas only through writing? Why not through public?
Through public. Well, through public, we shouldn't fight with examples like the Boston Massacre. The Boston Massacre was something very dangerous and was something that's unforgivable. We cannot fight and we cannot kill many people. We should express our ideas through writing because it causes no harm and we can express our ideas about independence.
Question for Jonathan Boucher.
Jonathan Boucher, why are you comparing the king to God? Does God force us into doing things we don't want to do?
The king is a very powerful ruler, and we should treat him with respect, and we should treat him like God, and he's putting the laws for our own good and safety.
Why do you think that us colonists are not capable enough to rule over ourselves?
Well, we have been giving safety to you, and we have been giving you tea, and we think that you shouldn't be able to have independence because it could lead to a disaster and it could lead to war.
If you think that the king's power comes from God, why aren't they fair?
They are fair, but people have different opinions, and I think that the king is very generous and selfless because he is putting his time and effort into making our laws for good and safety.
Why do you think Britain started the colonies? Why will independence hurt the economy?
Well, independence first will hurt the economy because you haven't had independence, and it can lead to a lot of bad things. And Great Britain started the colonies because we needed. Can you repeat the question?
Why do you think Britain started the colonies? Why will independence hurt the economy?
I think Great Britain started the economies because they needed something. Because Great Britain needed something to support them, and because it was hard for that, and they needed some people to have. Well, I think that Great Britain started the colonies because there was a lot of arguments, so they started the economies to have people have enough independence that they could make some decisions for themselves, but Great Britain could still rule over them and make some laws.
Questions for Samuel Adams.
Mr. Adams, I am a British salesman from the Boston area. Why are you upset about some inexpensive taxes?
Well, first of all, the taxes still drain our money, and every little bit counts.
You know so much about politics, and you are very wealthy. You could do so much more with your life. Why would you choose to do things against the British?
I want to do stuff that are right and fair.
You showed us you can spend your money wisely. So how are the colonies going to survive if you're the leader?
We're going to grow our own food and enforce our own laws.
given you food. If we separate, you will not get food anymore. Then what will you do?
As I said, we can grow our own food and we can become a separate country. We can take care of ourselves.
Would any of our panelists like to make a final remark on behalf of their side?
I think that the Patriots should have their own freedom. And Samuel Adams is right. We can grow our own food. We do not need Great Britain to help us.
Anyone from the other side have final remarks? Okay, thank you to all of our panelists. Clearly, there is passion on both sides of this question. I look forward to seeing what happens next. Thank you.